Hello everyone, welcome back to the videos. It's wonderful to have you guys here again as always. Today in this video, Dazza is back. I'm going to go over what's been going on with him. Those that are following my Facebook page have an idea. Some of you will just know from being friends and hanging around. But yeah, he's back. I just gave him a pointless wash because he's a pile of crap. No, he was, excuse me, just covered in a bunch of crap from sitting in the shop for the last number of months. So I just wanted to give him a wash, get all the grease and grime and crap off him. Plus there's a bunch of rubber on the back, you know, coming off in chunks. Wanted to get that off as well. There's still shitloads more, but got the main bulk of it off. Gave him a hose. Everything in there is all good. So the battery's been relocated into the back under the lid. And yeah, I guess I better get my damn vice grips first. But yeah, those that have been following the Facebook page will know that I've gone and put an LS in him. I mean, I kind of gave it away a little bit in the last video, but I did make a post about it on my Facebook page, spilling the beans. Yeah, this is him. Stock bottom end 5.3, iron block Gen 4. I picked it up relatively cheap on Marketplace. I punched it all apart. I put some ring gap in it and then I put it all back together. I even reused the rod bolts. It has a set of 862 cylinder heads on it. Again, they're not the greatest cylinder head, but they were cheap on Marketplace. I gave them a quick little tickle with a die grinder and slapped a set of pack dual valve springs in it. It's got a Crocam's camshaft in it, again used on Marketplace. The BTR equalizer intake manifold came off the Patrol. I did a deal with him and traded him some work for the intake, and just some rocker covers and Aeroflow LS coils, standard water pump, alternator, tensioner, refabricated all the intercooler piping. Yeah, fabricated the outlet onto this side on the radiator and the inlet down there and made it a dual pass system. Whether or not it's beneficial, who knows. Same Pulsar G42 1450 that was running on this car with the V6, and 3.5 inch downpipe, and my own set of 4-into-1 collector style turbo manifolds. All done in-house. All the furb work done in-house here at my little shop, CFB Performance. Same power glide transmission that was in it, built by Hooked On Trailers, or Market Hooked On Trailers. It's got an SDE 10-inch torque converter, I believe it is. Again, used off Marketplace. It does need a restall. It is pushing through the converter, but it still has enough in there to turn the tyres. So I'm just going to use it as is for now, and when the combination comes apart, that's right, when the combination comes apart, I will send the torque converter away and have a restore done on it. It's still the standard diff in the back of it, the live axle. Fitted a set of billet 28 spline axles to it and a fresh set of bearings. It did eat up one of the pinion bearings. I was going to put some 3/4s in it, but I was not able to get the pattern to mesh correctly, so I just put the 308s back in it for the time being so that I can use it. I want to use it again, get it out and driving, and yeah, you know, do what I intended him to do originally. Go and get parts, go and do some racing, some races, some roll racing is coming up. There's a 8th mile series coming on at Warwick I would like to do, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make every round of that, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, that's the basic gist of him. He is controlled by Haltech's new Rebel LS with their pre-terminated loom. Basically an Nexus R3 predetermined to run an LS. Great little package, I really like it. Really happy with the way it's worked out and the results. Can't show you it anyway, it's tucked away behind the carpet. Yeah, works really well, does exactly what it was intended to do, and starts and runs an LS very easily. And I was able to put it on the dyno and put a tune on it. I will show some of that footage here in a moment. I hear a lot of people complaining about it's predetermined sort of IO basically. I don't know about a lot of people, but I have heard a few complaints about the pre-pinned IO for some of the bits and pieces, and I haven't had too much trouble with that personally. A lot of the wiring length is a bit excessive, but I understand why Haltech have done that. But I have also noticed some limitations with that predetermined IO, but you're going to get that with this type of setup, whether it be Haltech, Holly, or any one of the other manufacturers that are doing this sort of a plug and play style system. Other than that, it works perfectly. It does everything I need it to do. The car's tuned for the most part. I've still got to do some of the steady state stuff and, you know, go over some bits and pieces, but for the most part it's 90% tuned, and I'm going to start driving it home and around and all the rest of it. But I will give you guys a cold start just for the sake of it, and so you can hear it, I guess. Yeah, sounds pretty cranky. I'm pretty happy with it. Still have the nitrous stuff in the car. I'm not using it at the moment, but I will probably hook it up. Just hit it with a little 50 shot because I can. I put an Astra pump in here, down there. Ignore that sensor, the IAT sensor is in over here. That was already in the pipe, and I didn't want to waste a bung by just welding it closed, so I just fit the fitting in it. I'll buy just a block off bung and put that in there at a later date. Ignore the catch can hose over there. I haven't got enough money at the moment to go and get a 90-degree fitting so I can fully plumb the catch can, but for the most part that one's in there and it can just puke over there. Not that it pukes anything. Water in and out, so just Jordan tapped into the water pump housing there. It's not running a thermostat at the moment. I want to fix and update that. I did have a bit of problem with it bursting this upper radiator hose. I did think it was a head gasket issue, but it had the Athena Vulcan cut ring, basically fire ring gaskets in it. I thought it was a bit odd, but anyway, nonetheless I went, stuff it, I'll pull it apart. I put a fresh set of LS9 gaskets in and it kept popping it again. It was just something to do. I had one of those inline thermostats and housings in the upper radiator hose, just due to the turbo manifolds routing too close to the factory outlet. I wanted to have it come straight out like that, so I cut and welded it and made it go straight out. I believe I can get like an LS2 thermostat and cover and make that come straight out, and that fixes my problem. So I'll do that at a later date. For now, again, it's a running driving car. 2200cc injectors, because I had them here. I had 6 already. I just brought 2 more and slapped those into there. Yeah, that's about it. It's been a lot of work. It's been a good chunk of money, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of it I did get cheap, and you know, a lot of it I did myself. Still running the power tune dash that was in the car with the V6. That power tune dash is going to make its way into the Gemini. So well, because it solves a problem that the Gemini has with a vehicle speed, or vehicle speed gauge, I guess. So I'm going to shove that into there, because I can just slap a GPS signal onto it. And I have an IC7 dash there for Ethel. So I will shove the IC7 into this. PSR 235s on the back are useless. I want to get some 255s. I want to do some stuff with the diff as well. I need some 3.4s in it, and I want to do a triangulated rear setup and get rid of the panhard bar and get some anti-squat in it to really plant the tyre, because this thing is, excuse me, stupid. Yeah, that's about it. The Rebel LS basically being a PDM is pretty cool. It controls the fans directly, the fuel pumps directly, and the trans brake directly. I want to get an aftermarket steering wheel so I can put my trans brake buttons on the steering wheel and add in a bump button. I'm also going to wire in a scramble button. Not that I think it'll need it, but just be cool to have a scramble button, so that yeah, be cool to have it, just so that, you know, if I'm kind of losing a race or I've got to play the catch-up game, I can just hit the scramble. But yeah, dedicated E85. Yeah, so I made 480, 500 on gate pressure, which was like 8 psi or something, and then it turned 812 horsepower at 27 spinning on the dyno. There's a whole bunch of rubber all up my back wall. You guys are probably seeing that now. And all in the dyno cell from it turning tyre. Turned out it had broken a strap and I hadn't realised. So it's also why it was coming so far up onto the roller. That was not intentional. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. One day, my goal was 800, because it'll live at 800 all day, every day. They say these things are good for 1,000 horsepower. One day, yonder or later or whenever, I might see if I can put it on a hub dyno and see what it's actually making, and what I can squeeze it out to, but I'm not going to let it live there. It made 796 at 21 pounds, so that's about where I'm going to leave it. about 21. I might try and squeeze 22 into it. But it made like 1500 Newton meters of torque, which will probably why it smashed the pinion bearing out of it. But yeah, anyway, I'm just going to cruise around in it, do some events, so hopefully I'll start getting some event footage coming out soon, when I can afford to start booking it in and going out and doing it. I've had some plans change with the Gemini. I'll go over that again in a later date as well. But yeah, it's about it. It's about where I'm at. But yeah, let's go now. I guess I should grow a mullet. At least that's what they say anyway. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way it's come out. I'm excited again to get out and do some events in it. I'm excited to have it sort of stay together for a fair amount of time, so that I can get the Gemini done and then get stuck back into Ethel. Once Ethel's done, then I can move on to the other two projects I have lined up. But yeah, anyway, that's going to be it from me in this video, guys. I want to thank you all for watching. Please leave your likes and comments down below. Hopefully Daz is a little bit less of a dickhead. And yeah, alright. Maybe next time I gotta do something with the barra. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully doing something back on the Gemini, because I'm really excited to get it out and driving. Anyway, don't forget, unleash the boost, CO2 the world, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.